Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this Friday's edition of the English Newscast. Our headlines: understanding the need to get screened and abiding to it is one of the steps towards fighting diabetes. And on the occasion of the World Diabetes Day observed this November 14, medical experts stress on the preventive measures and possible treatment. And after a heartbreaking exit from the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers following a 0-1 defeat to DR Congo, the indomitable Lions of Cameroon are now grappling with the absence of Rigobert Song as head coach. Those were our top stories. Details in a jiffy. Welcome back. 6 teenage suspects have been presented to the press by the National Gendarmerie of the 1st Military Region in Yaoundé on November 13. These young ones are allegedly involved in drug trafficking, consumption of illegal substances, and related acts of banditry, as you tell us in this report, Jessica Ndiwum.
The National Gendarmerie of the 1st Region has dismantled what it describes as a growing network of teenage delinquents operating across several urban neighborhoods. The 6 minors, led by 16-year-old Gauda Abdel alias Petit Koba, reportedly used their status as students to conceal their criminal activities within a bilingual institute in Pétou, near Carrefour Lamitière. According to gendarmerie officials, the group was actively involved in the sale and consumption of smoked narcotic substances. Some of the suspects are said to have acted as intermediaries between local drug dealers and users within the school community. Ongoing investigations aim to identify their main suppliers and uncover the full extent of the network.
Le surveillant général de cet établissement a constaté.
The general supervisor of the school had several times received complaints from individuals who don't attend the school, as well as denunciation from some students. He alerted the police, and during our investigations, we were able to apprehend the so-called suspects. After further investigations, we uncovered a gang of composed mostly of minors, led by a 16-year-old named Koba, known in the area as the head of the community called Ter. This is an area where they gather to smoke hemp and target their victims. Students leaving their classrooms have been victims of aggression. They are stripped of their belongings, including mobile phones, money, and other items. Today, these teenagers will be presented to the Attorney General of the Republic to answer for their actions. It was after a series of reported incidents within the school that security forces intensified surveillance and launched a target operation which led to the eventual arrest of the teenage suspects.
Ces brigands, comme vous constatez, ne sont pas nos élèves.
These teenagers are not our students. They wear the school uniform and even go to our students' homes. When they catch someone, they run away, take their money, call the boarding house, the water tank, or even a taxi. Sometimes, if there's money involved, they even take books to sell them. This is happening as the open man is about to move into the establishment. As the investigation progressed, several students, alert victims of the gang's intimidation and extortion, shared their experiences with the press, recounting instances of harassment and threats from the group. The oldest one was 19. He stole my bag, my second pair of glasses, my watch. A week later, they stole my phone. They even wrote to my great-grandmother, a friend of mine in Douala, and my aunt, asking for a ransom of 500,000 francs. I often saw him in class, but he pretended to be deaf. The incident has once again reignited public concern over the growing wave of juvenile delinquency and substance abuse among students.
The
awareness we can create begins with the parents, who need to pay closer attention to their children and their behaviors. Then, at the school level, teachers who are on the front lines must carefully observe students and verify in their classrooms that everyone present is indeed a registered student of the institution.
We discovered that this particular student is having they are having a gang that they operate together. How did they operate? They go to tell us with different uniforms. They sew it and introduce themselves into different institutions. And when they go there during break, they used to have the privilege to steal the student phones, take their pocket allowances, and so on, even sell them drugs. So we are calling upon the parents to be more vigilant in this type of act. And in case the parents and the schools to be more vigilant, in case they notice this type of attitude in their school, they should make sure they call 113 for immediate intervention.
Authorities are urging schools, parents and community leaders to strengthen vigilance, improve moral guidance and intensify sensitization campaigns aimed at preventing youth involvement in criminal networks. The 6 suspects remain in custody as investigations continue.
The Douala International Airport passenger terminal renovation project is underway with the aim of modernizing the infrastructure. A meeting to this effect held on November 12, 2025, as you tell us in this report, Mimi Tiobo.
On November 12, 2025, a meeting was held in Douala to present the Douala International Airport passenger terminal renovation and extension project. Dr. Freeze Tone Tone, chairman of the Board of Directors of Cameroon's Airport ADCSA, presented the project technical, architectural and operational guidelines to partners. The objective was to obtain validation before launching the implementation phase.
Il est au stade de l'avant-projet.
The project is at the detailed preliminary design stage. So at this stage, the various experts from the actual office have issued opinion corresponding to the different lots. So these opinions must be taken into account by the project management before finalizing the APD phase.
Avant de finaliser la phase APD.
The meeting brought together all involved partners, including French Development Agency, AFD, which is providing technical and financial support for the project. ADCSA is responsible for managing the operating, renovating, maintaining and developing airport infrastructure.
Nous souhaitons vraiment que cet aéroport soit...
We really want this airport to be both modern and rooted in Cameroon's local culture, while also meeting all international standards. And so, in our architectural proposal, we make sure to have extensions that are in line with the existing structure. And to do so, we propose a very large city-side facade that truly reflects the airport's identity and represent Douala Airport in the global airport landscape. The idea is really to give it an identity that's truly unique to Douala.
La capacité qui est envisagée, c'est entre 1,5 million et 2 millions de passagers.
The strategic plan aims to modernize airport infrastructure for 2023 to 2027, with passengers terminal renovation being a central project. The project is financed jointly by ADC, SR and AFD with a budget of approximately 11 billion CFA francs. The construction company China Harbour Engineering Company has been awarded the contract. Work is expected to begin in the second quarter of 2026 and end in 2028. According to experts, the project will enable the airport to meet the challenges of the aviation sector while supporting economic development. It will also improve the travel experiences for passengers and working conditions for staffs.
And on to something else, the Cameroon Real Estate Corporation has received 68 land titles from the Ministry of State Property Surveys and Land Tenure on November 13, 2025. This is a significant milestone in advancing real estate development and promoting collaborative efforts between the government and local communities. Agnes Ayok reports.
The Ministry of State Property, Surveys and Land Tenure this November 13, 2025 handed 68 land titles to the Cameroon Real Estate Corporation, dubbed SIC, for clients who have been suffering for the past 40 years. The significant ceremony took place at the extinct house of Infundi at Hippodrome, Yaoundé, marking a pivotal moment in advancing real estate development in Cameroon.
The aim of the ceremony is to give in our side the title of our client who are waiting more than 40 years today. And we are happy to establish within the Cameroon State Corporation a one-stop center in order to give the massive delivery of the land title to the client.
According to the director of the Cameroon Real Estate Corporation, Dr. Amadou Sadauna, the handing over of these land titles will enable them to work hand in hand to achieve their goals.
We are happy of the platform government with SIC in order to let us to work hand in hand in partnership with the private company, national and international company. We are having 3 of them who are ready to come and build houses with the Cameroon State Corporation to the benefit of Cameroonians.
In his address during the ceremony, the government representative from the Ministry of State Property, Surveys and Land Tenure emphasized the importance of collaborative efforts between the government and local communities. We have actually come here to hand over 68 land titles from MINCAF to SIC. These 68 land titles are for private domains. It was necessary to transfer the land titles to the benefit of SIC. We are therefore starting from the state's private domain made available to SIC for its social mission. This handover of land titles is not just an administrative milestone, but a commitment to building a sustainable future together. The event was attended by distinguished officials, including government authorities, community leaders, and stakeholders from the real estate and development sectors.
And the Minister of Transport, Jean-Ernest Masina Ngale Bibehe, in a ministerial decree, has officially suspended all road controls across all checkpoints in the country. This decision, according to transporters, has brought relief. Phillips Enchi reports.
In a letter addressed to divisional delegates of transport across the country on November 12, 2025, the Minister of Transport, Jean-Ernest Masina Ngale Bibehe, announced the suspension of all road preventive and security checks, instructing control teams to focus on sensitization campaigns for road users and the enforcement of regulations within motor parks, travel agencies, driving schools, and related institutions. The ministerial decision comes just days after a consultative meeting among various ministerial departments chaired by the Prime Minister, Head of Government Chief Dr. Joseph John Gute in Yaoundé. Although the measure had been previously discussed, its official publication marks a significant step, bringing a sense of relief to transporters nationwide. We no more see road prevention agents who were always there 24/7. They are no more there, but at the level of the toll gate, they are still there. But the regular control checks are not disturbing us. They now control just national identity cards, and that's it. For now, we have no problem. It is a good decision. You all know that families are going through a lot of financial difficulties, and it is very important to assist us. At times, we might be in possession of all our documents, but there are cases where some of them are absent, and when we arrive at the control checks, we are obliged to pay. So it is important for the authorities to allow us be free from such financial obligations. We are happy and we do welcome the decision. It is very important to us. Though the efforts of the government is highly appreciated by some road users, transporters are still worried due to the existence of control checks imposing financial obligations.
I, as a driver, I'm in the field, so it's contrary from what the minister is saying. So I've not seen no different, because when you move out, you will see the control going around. You know, even the improvisation routier inside the town still straighten us.
While the decision is seen as a relief for the transport sector, road users are urging authorities to ensure proper follow-up for the effective implementation of the ministerial directive.
When they say that, but when you go into the field, it's a different thing. So I think when the minister said anything concerning that, I think he need to send people on the field to see whether what he has said is being put together. I believe that if things want to go well, let the minister send his people on the field to see what is happening.
Bon, par exemple, faire les descentes inopinés.
All I'm asking is for the minister to program a surprise visit on the field to see if the decision is effective or not. If this is done, he will identify checkpoints that are not in conformity with his decision. The decision comes at a time when the government is intensifying efforts to maintain peace and implement strategies that promote economic growth and development. This positive move is expected to go a long way in enabling transport operators to carry out their activities while sustaining financial independence.
And in health, the Minister of Public Health, Dr. Manauda Malashi, paid a surprise visit to hospitals in the Mefu and Afamba division on November 13. The visit aimed at assessing challenges faced by patients. Mimi Tiobo reports.
Full District Hospital in the Mefu and Afamba division in the Central region. The unannounced arrival of the Minister of Public Health caused a stir. The staff faces reflected surprise and astonishment. Minister Manauda Malashi thoroughly inspected the hospital's infrastructure, medical equipment and hospital rooms. The population seized the opportunity to express their discontentment.
This hospital was clean. It was clean. But since Charlemagne went, Charlemagne is a Anglophone brother, but since he left this place and went, there were also people that were working in this hospital, cleaning this hospital. Then the doctor here stopped paying the people. The husband that I had before I had this man, he was working here, but I had some misunderstanding with him before I left. The workers that were working here, they were not paying them. Those people that were cleaning the hospital. So this place is becoming very nasty, very nasty. People even come here like this. Even all mosquitoes are biting people here.
Manauda Malashi then headed to the nearby medical centers, some of which impressed with their standard. After the surprise visit, Manauda Malashi made an assessment. The medical center received praise.
As you know, our health facilities have so many problems. We have, first of all, the infrastructure, which have to be strengthened, to be ameliorated. We have the problem of personnel, and I think in the health facility, public health facilities, I have took notes, and I have talked with some population, and now I know very well how we have to do. So I think we are going to transform this information to acts and to ameliorate the health facility of this division. We have also visited the private health facilities, and we are very satisfied with what we have seen, because we have seen property, we have seen equipment, we have seen infrastructure and a personnel which is in place. So I think that's good.
The minister promised to do everything possible to improve conditions in the hospital of Mefu and Afamba.
And still in health, as the world commemorates the World Diabetes Day this November 14, our team sought to know the importance of screening and how best to better eradicate these diseases. Mimi Tiobo visited the Yaoundé General Hospital and compiled the following reports.
Women, men, young or older, all generations are all present this Friday, November 14, at the diabetes screening campaign at the Yaoundé General Hospital. The reason for this presence are multiple.
For me, it's almost a habit because as a sportsman, since I'm karate master and former FIFA referee, I'm used to checking up every time. When you check up, you know how your health situation is. To avoid sudden death, sudden diseases which are hidden, which don't show the signs that they're attacking you. So with a checkup, you can discover quickly, you tackle, and you get them cured. God being our helper.
On this day of the fight against diabetes, doctors remind us of the importance of getting tested.
Ça va être extrêmement important parce que
this is going to be extremely important because I used to think that diabetes is for others, but in reality, more than 80% of diabetics currently live in middle-income countries. It means that today, unfortunately, 4 out of 5 diabetics patients are unaware they are diabetics, and the only way to know is to get screened. Ignoring diabetes puts you at risk.
Ignorer qu'on est diabétique, c'est s'exposer aux complications du diabète.
But also, the doctors reassures, once you know your status, it is easier to protect yourself.
Ça, c'est la très bonne nouvelle. On peut arriver à
The good news is we can manage to stabilize diabetes with lifestyle measures. That means an appropriate diet, regular physical activities, and drinking 2 or 3 liters of water per day. If we manage to do that, there is a chance we won't necessarily need medication, especially when we've been screened and diagnosed at the beginning of the disease. The campaign started on Wednesday, November 12 and ends this Friday, November 14, 2025.
And health experts continue to sensitize the public on how to avoid and handle this illness. But what causes diabetes in children and how can it be prevented? More highlights in this report.
According to medical research, diabetes is a group of diseases characterized by high blood sugar levels, which occur when the pancreas does not produce enough insulin or when the body cannot effectively use the insulin it produces. Persons of different age group can suffer from diabetes, including children. In children, we are mostly talking about an autoimmune mechanism, and it is being focused on type 1 diabetes, although type 2 diabetes can be found in adults and can also affect children not living out adolescence in specific contexts. So, type 1 diabetes, the autoimmune mechanism, is the main factor explaining the disease's onset. In this mechanism, antibodies or cells attack the child's pancreas, eventually destroying it, leading to insulin deficiency. However, its causes and consequences in younger persons vary. It is hard to prevent type 1 diabetes, given its autoimmune nature. Prevention strategies are more applicable to type 2 diabetes. Type 1 involves antibodies attacking the pancreas, making it inevitable in some cases. Although diabetes can impact people across all life stages, health specialists emphasize on the importance of a life course approach to diabetes prevention, management, and overall well-being.
And on to our weekend cultural agenda. From music to cinema and then literature, this weekend promises to be fun-filled. Let's watch.
Let's get dancing this weekend with the official release of the track Chargé, a collaboration with La Queen Mimba, that is Blanche Bailey.
Is this love that you feel when you look at me? When my business are down, when I'm falling apart, and my children are crying.
Discover the release of the single Elixir by Lidol on November 14 at 6 p.m. prompt. Chakala VIP is promoting this Saturday starting at 10 p.m. at the Nuit des Immatures Act 2 and for the second edition of the Nuit de l'Humeur et de l'Ambiance alongside Fingong Tralala in Montreal, France. Gamers in Douala are invited this Saturday to discover a virtual program through Penser le Vivant and Escape Générationnel Numérique at the French Institute in Douala. For the entire public and Yaoundé residents in particular, the French Institute invites you this Saturday, November 15, 2025, to play and challenge your brains with the board games Les Samedis du Jeu as from 3 p.m. As for film lovers, Eden Cinema is offering action this weekend with Chainsaw Man, a police thriller with The Return of the Three, science fiction with Predator Batman, and horror with The Intruders, Chapter 2. The weekend is on. Enjoy it to the fullest. And in sports, after a heartbreaking exit from the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers following 0-1 defeat to DR Congo, the indomitable Lions are now grappling with the absence of Rigobert Song as head coach. Football fans remain hopeful for an improved management, as you tell us, Phillips Enchi.
In a playoff confrontation on November 12, 2025 against the Leopard of the Democratic Republic of Congo, during the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers game in Rabat, Morocco, the indomitable Lions of Cameroon failed to secure a spot in the upcoming World Football Jamboree. The Cameroonian side, under the guidance of head coach Marc Brice, now provides evidence to Cameroonians why he was not the